Hello everybody and welcome back to SimFly News. This is Roberto Capodici, SimFly spokesperson, and every week, without fault, I will bring you the latest news about SimFly. What's happening, what we are up to, what are the news, what is the things that are everything. So get ready, because this week there is not much, so we're gonna be fast. And the first thing is that you know the SkySentinel, the small thing that asks you how much is 3 plus 2 in order to check if you are still at the flight simulator. And you know, many of you complained, it is annoying. So what we do, we change everything. Starting Saturday, because the best idea is to deploy new things in the weekend, so that's what we do. Starting Saturday, we're going to remove the SkySentinel, and we're gonna apply a new logic that is going to reward mainly people that does many flight compared to those that do long flight. So more rotation, more profits. Okay, this is both for the license and for the airplane. But for what concerns the airport, things remain the same, meaning that airport makes more money if the flight landing is landing from a long distance flight. So long flight rewards airports mostly. But when you fly 1 hour, earn well, second hour earn well, and then less and less and less and less. So if you do an 8-hour flight, the last hours of the flight are pretty much null in term. You still earn something, but not much. To give you an example, if you do 1 6-hour flight, or you do 6 1-hour flight, you make much more PAX when you do the 6 1-hour flight. On the other hand, if you do a single 6-hour flight and a single 1-hour flight, the 6-hour flight makes way more PAX. So in a way to understand that there is not gonna be anymore the SkySentinel, because you, the community, asked to remove it, okay? And to make it valid now, we're gonna do this, so better do many short flights than long ones, okay? So in a space of the same amount of time, a single flight earns the many short, but one short and one long, the long earn more. Airports though earn well if the flight that lands there is arriving from very far away. Alright, so this is what we have done thanks to your feedback, your request, and this is, we think, the best modality to work without annoying people. You can set up your oversea flight and go sleep and leave it with the automatic pilot. Nobody's gonna bother you, and you're gonna make your revenue. Now we are also working in making the navigation of the map and the visualization of the airplane that are flying much faster. So we are sort of redoing part of the interface to make it optimize faster and better, and we are going to call this SimFly 2.0 in terms of user interface. Okay, so these are the two news that we have now. We are working into the airport activations, so once we have also that, we complete the set of the things that can be activated and they can earn. As you know, as soon as we activate the airport, we are going to raise the price of the airport. So if you need to buy an airport, do it now. That is still cheaper, okay? Well, let's move to the Ask Me Anything question. First question has been asked by Gianni Romanizio, the 1st of December 2024, has 5 votes, and is asking, good morning. Okay, good morning. When we withdraw our earnings from SimFly, will they have to be declared to the tax authorities or not? Now, this is a very, very good question, a very important question. So, there are what is called tier in terms of level. So, if you withdraw $50. Sorry, I think the minimum is gonna be $100. So if you withdraw $100, there are some rules. If you withdraw $1,000 or above, rules 5,000 and above, and 10,000, I think those are, there are 2, 3, 4 level that requires for us an identification, what is called KYC. So you will need to verify your email, phone number, send your documents, and then send proof of residency like electricity bill, bank statement, or something like that for higher tires, okay? And we can disburse money, and if authorities are going to ask us to give the KYC process of a particular person, we need to disclose this to them. On the other hand, we don't need to actively disclose to the IRS or other offices or such that somebody has an income, but it's based on the legislation of your own country that you know if you need to declare this or not. Also, your country is gonna have some limits or not. I think for a small amount there is no need, because it's gonna cost more in paperwork than actually in the taxation that this can be subject to. For higher amount, probably yes, but this is something that people need to check in their own country. Anyways, the process of withdrawal of US dollars from the account is something that is going to start in 2025 after the user marketplace is finished and other things. So by the time we're going to work in that aspect, probably we're gonna do a better legal discovery and share with everybody what we have learned. We already did quite a lot of research, mostly on what kind of documentation we need to ask from people in order to allow them to withdraw, and is very relaxed. It's not very troublesome unless people start moving big amount of money. I do believe there is gonna be a maximum limit per month, so if somebody has more, you need to split the withdrawal in 2 months or more, so not to incur in things that require different authorization from government. So this is what we know at the moment. We're gonna come back with better information at due time, but nonetheless it's a very good question, and each of you can check in your own country. Maybe also let us know what you have discovered. I hope this answered your question, Gianni, and let's move to the next question. Question number 2. Again from Gianni Romanisio, dated December the 2nd, 2024, has 4 votes. And Gianni is asking, good morning again. The client highlights in white the planes that counts down to 0, which is very useful and convenient. Could the same thing be done with licenses too? Thank you. Gianni, siamo usciti scemi. We had a hard time to understand what you were asking. Oh my god, really, we were wondering for a while and start trying to understand. So we believe that you are referring to this interface here, this one that I'm pointing out, when you start the mission, where the airplane that are not available because you still have ground maintenance are not highlighted. So you can see which airplane will produce income in the moment that you use them. The fact is, the difference with the license is the airplane, if they are ground operation, you cannot use them. A license, you can still use it, but it's not gonna create any PAX. But we can in fact, yes, highlight the licenses that still have timer to produce PAX. And I hope, Gianni, you are referring to these things, because pay attention that this is not the client. The client is the one that running your computer and connect with the flight simulator. This is the web application to manage the missions. So anyways, web app has these things. When you start the mission, you can choose the planes that are available. We may work, yes, it's a good idea, and thank you, to highlight the licenses that still have time in the timer, so you don't have to go one by one to discover that there is time. Alright, I hope this answered your question, Gianni, and let's move to the next one. Question which is not even a question, this is an order given to us by Kindra the 6th of December with 4 votes. And Kindra tells, please remove the demo airplanes from the world map. Kindra, yes, your comment is correct, and at the same time you should have watched last week's video, because the demo airplane can be disabled. If you go on the bottom right of the page of the map, you can pull it up and you can put settings like you want to see the map like a satellite, you wanna see the weather, you wanna see, and soon there is gonna be eval sim flights. You can disable the demo airplane. And before we had an issue, the memory for these settings was dying as soon as you close the browser. Now is remaining forever. So one-time setting, you set it up and disable the demo airplane. The demo airplane gonna be gone. One more thing, as soon as the VATSIM and eval are added, they're gonna be active. So one more time, you're gonna need to go there, disable them if you don't wanna see them, and the map is going to be only with the SimFly flight. So you can do that yourself. We are keeping them because at the moment it's important to have them, but as soon as the VATSIM eval flights are there, we're gonna remove those, and we will allow people to decide what to see in the map. I hope this answered your question, Kindra, and let's move to the fourth and last question for this week. It's being asked again by Kindra, the 6th of December 2024, with 4 votes. And Kindra says, if 2 milestone events are running concurrently, for example the Abu Dhabi Formula 1 and the Double Reward X2 events are both active on December 8th, how can we select which event get credit for? Okay, this is the case of multiple events. There is a good explanation in the wiki. I'm going to explain it now. I know our fault, we had some issue in the selection, so the user, which is you, cannot choose which event is going to be rewarded. So there is nowhere to say I want to do this event, I want to do that event. Automatically your behavior gonna match one event. The problem was on the priority, so the double reward event was taking over any other thing. So as soon as you do any flight, that was the one that qualified and the other not. So now we change it so that the 2 more events are active simultaneously. Only one of the milestone flight with the priority are the one that define the departure airport. So if there is one of the events between many events that says you need to take off from this airport, then if you do take off from this airport, that event is going to be selected above the others, okay? For example, with 2 events active, one asks you to take off or land from any airport in England. The other is saying that you need to take off or land from LFPG or LFPO. So if you fly from EGLL to LFPG, the reward that you go is the first one, the one that says an airport in England. If you fly from LFPG to EGLL, then you apply the second event because it says to take off from one of those 2 airports, LFPG or LFPO. If you fly from LFPG to LFPO, exactly like it says, you're gonna receive reward for the event 2, only one time because you touch both airports, but it's a single event. Or if you fly from LIMC to EGLL, you're gonna receive the reward for event 1, okay? So in order to choose what event are you gonna be rewarded for, you need to take off from the specific airplane that the event is requiring, and this is going to create the selection automatically. So I hope this answered your question, Kindra. For this week is all. Was easy, fast, and has been a pleasure again being here with you. Thank you for listening to the end. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys. Subscribe. We need to get to 1,000. Is we need it, because more people you subscribe, more our video are going to be suggested to people that are simmers, and then we can grow the community. So please, even uncle and aunties, brother, cousins that you know, ask them to come and subscribe to our channel. This is gonna help you at the end, because it's gonna grow the SimFly community. Now that's it, and as always say, SimFly, take off and get more.